Okay, so we are back. We are going to continue and wrap up the first case. So we are feel like so we decided we are gonna you agree that we should question him, right? Keep questioning.
I think so, yeah.
Because it's like there's no way they're just gonna let it end here.
Yeah.
Your Honor, the witness's testimony does not make sense. I don't believe that there was ever a need for the witness to search for a phone. How dare you?
Was it gonna show like a cell phone lying right next to the dead guy's body?
Yeah.
There was a cell phone right there. Can't just make outrageous claims like that. You do have some sort of proof, don't you?
Well, yeah, of course. This evidence should be good enough, I think. All right, let's have this proof then. Please present proof that the witness had no need to search for a public phone booth. So I don't think it's the phone because right now we think this is not his phone.
Yeah.
List of
What about the
Connors
photos?
seen-
Was there actually a phone near, like, the guy's body or something?
Yes, there was.
Oh my god.
It's right
Fucking
there.
I was thinking it'd be a cell phone.
Yeah, there's a fucking phone booth right there. So yeah,
It took me 15 minutes to find that.
isn't it? Well, it's not in that picture, so obviously it can't be there. No, okay. It's quite simple, actually. Please take a look at this. At the crime scene photo.
Their problem with it.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with the picture. If you don't understand my logic after looking at it, something is wrong with you. No! It's a phone booth. That's correct. All the defendant had to do was walk 3 steps. Mr. Wellington, why did you not use the phone that was right in front of you? Yes, yeah, I've seen all that stuff about Pal World. Order.
What does reporting the crime a little late prove for the defense?
The witness can't explain what he was doing for those 15 minutes. That is reason enough to throw suspicion on his testimony. Yes, this is very true. What do you have to say for yourself, witness? And I bet this phone really is his, Nick. He must have killed Dustin to get his phone back. But Maggie said that she was going to return it to him. So there was no reason for him to kill for it. And on top of that, we still have the phone she found anyway. But if he wasn't looking for his cell phone, maybe he was looking for something else. Was he... Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? Do you have any thoughts you would like to share with the court? You offer an explanation as to what the witness was doing during those 15 minutes. Oh, God. Do we? Oh, he was writing the fucking message. That's why I took, because he had to write the message in the sand.
Yeah.
There's only one possible explanation. Alright, let's hear your explanation. For be forewarned that if your explanation is not persuasive, you will be penalized. Think carefully before you present, Mr. Wright. I will vote the other person guilty, even though we've already proved their innocence.
Yeah, and I'll sentence you to death.
I could do that. They gave me the gavel. Yes, Your Honor. Ugh, probably shouldn't have said there was only one possibility. Please present to the court the one piece of evidence that will answer the following. Why didn't the witness call the police right away? Perhaps this is the evidence you need to be convinced. That was just an idea I thought I'd throw out. I was wrong.
Huh.
Suggest that perhaps you should find a better piece of evidence. Yes, of course, Your Honor. But before you do, you will be penalized.
Get a slap across her face.
Ouch.
Um.
Okay. So I'm gonna save now since it wasn't as obvious as I thought it would be. I'm just call the police right away. Jesus, you said the lenses were found nearby.
Maybe he couldn't see shit, so he didn't see the phone.
Maybe it could be related to
If he
this.
did make the call, because I think, like for the record, he did make a call, right?
Yeah, because he did
So
call
maybe
the
he
police and they did show up.
So maybe he didn't see the phone booth because, like, he didn't have glasses. I don't know.
Yeah, that's my thought too. Actually, let's look at the profile. So drifting virtuoso who's still looking for the right college. That doesn't help us. Okay, so I don't think it's this. I think it's the glasses. Let's try it. There we go. Mr. Wellington. What? Don't do that. You almost gave me a heart attack. Do you always have to slam the desk like that? Yes. It is my favorite thing to do. These are your glasses, aren't they? Where did you find? I believe the court all heard what you just confessed to. That these glasses are in fact yours. I'll tell you where they were found, Mr. Wellington. These glasses are found under the victim's body. Oops. Under the victim's body? Order. Now, wait a second. Hold on. I didn't confess or confirm anything. Your Honor, I think the answer is quite clear here. As he fell, Dustin Prince grabbed the culprit's glasses. The culprit knew that he had to find his glasses and searched frantically for them. What he didn't realize was that they were under the victim's body. And that is why it took him 15 minutes to make that call. Mr. Wright, are you indicting the witness as the real murderer? Of course. That is precisely what I am doing. How did he strangle himself? He's dead. I know I'm right. He is the real murderer. Did you figure it out, Nick? More or less. Turns out this cell phone was the key to this case after all. Anyway, now is our chance to deep six this guy. Sink him in one shot. Yeah, this is so exciting, watching you work again. Somehow my old self is coming back to me. It's time to sink or swim. Everything rests on the edge of a knife. This is the moment I've been waiting for. I wonder, is he gonna get his memory back, like, at the end of this case? It was just like a tutorial thing. Order.
Honor, the defense is making a mockery of this court. Without any solid ground to stand on, he accuses the witness of being the murderer.
Yeah, that's right. I'm no criminal. This third-rate fraud of a lawyer. In that case, why don't we look at it from a different perspective? Let's hear your explanation as to why you are not the murderer. Why, that's easy. For example, there's, the name the victim wrote. What about that? Oh, you mean the name Maggie? Yeah, even an idiot like you can read that, right? But we already know this is not written by the victim himself. After all, the defendant's name is Maggie, with a Y, and the victim was left-handed. In other words, in order to make the defendant look guilty, the real criminal used the victim's right hand to write her name on the ground. But, wouldn't that mean the real criminal was someone the defendant knew? Otherwise, how else would the person know her name was Maggie, Maggie? With a Y. That is a good point. Witness didn't even know of Miss Bird before this trial. I forgot. Is there any way this creep could have known Maggie's name beforehand? Yeah. It would be best if I could prove that the witness had a chance to learn. The defendant's name was Maggie. Now, will the defense please present this case? How could the witness have known the defendant's name? Okay. It's the phone. It was the only thing about that, right? A list of callers and their phone numbers stored on the cell phone Maggie found.
Maybe that?
I don't know if that...
Either that or the phone. You haven't used either.
I think it's the phone, because this is definitely going to be relevant for something, but like this doesn't tell us anything about them having that phone call, right? But the phone itself tells the story of Maggie trying to return the phone. So I think it's the phone. Mr. Wellington, you didn't have your cell phone with you on the day of the murder, correct? But what if I didn't? You realized you had lost it. What did you do? What did I do? Didn't you try to find it by calling it? How did you...
Your Honor, these questions have nothing to do with...
Overruled. Mr. Wright, where are you going with this line of questioning? Do you think there is some relation between the witness's cell phone and the murder? I do, Your Honor. On the day of the murder, Maggie Bird picked up a lost phone in the park. And... he also received a phone call from the owner of the phone.
Hello?
Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone.
Oh, is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back.
I'll be right there. I'm sorry. I didn't catch your name.
You could call me Maggie.
Is that spelled with an I or what? Oh, you already hung up. That was when you learned that her name was Maggie. But you made one fatal mistake. Fatal mistake? My client's name is Maggie with a Y, but the name was written on the ground was Maggie I.E. I guess they're a little more different than that.
Maggie and Maggie.
Maggie and Maggie, yeah, exactly. Or, what is it, 3... oh god, I don't even remember what it was anymore. 1, 3, 4, 8,
Yeah,
4W. This is a mistake that can only occur if all you knew was how her name sounded. Yeah. Order.
But, Your Honor, the witness has no motive.
And your point is?
Very simple, Your Honor. A person usually would not kill someone without a reason. Mr. Wellington had no reason to kill anyone.
This is absolutely correct. I don't have a motive. Mr. Wright. Your Honor? Can you explain what motive this witness could have had? It's very simple, Your Honor. Are you sure, Nick? If I said I can't offer an explanation, then the trial's over, right? Yeah, but... Now then, please present the court proof that the witness had a motive. Okay, so that's
Maybe the list because of what was on the phone?
Yeah, I think that's the I think you're right, because that's like the only thing. Like, okay, so it wouldn't really
Just like,
be
yeah,
anything
finding the
else
phone,
here.
that's not a big deal, but I guess if the phone had sensitive information, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, she did make a list, and she is a police officer, so.
Yeah.
And then nothing here. Yeah, it's definitely the list. Mr. Wellington's motive is right here. What is this? A list? These phone numbers were pulled from the memory of the phone the defendant found. And we have determined that the people on this list are members of a certain group. You looked up all those numbers. Of course. This list of phone numbers was stored in the cell phone's memory. The names and numbers belong to people who are members of a certain con artists group.
What? Con artists?
Can you explain why these numbers were on your phone, Mr. Wellington? This is an outrage, an invasion of privacy. Looking up the phone numbers on a person's phone is a worse crime than murder. You're one of those people. You're like the cops who raided the brilliant artists they disrupted.
Jesus.
I don't care, Mr. Wellington. All I want is for you to tell us what this list is about. You think any of you, know what it's like to be a refined man such as me?
Your Honor, this is unjustified badgering of the witness.
Objection overruled. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Why would the witness have the numbers of a group of con artists on his phone? Isn't that obvious? The witness is a victim of a member of the group. Mr. Wellington is a member of this very group. No! All of your friends' phone numbers are stored right here on this phone. Anyone were to look into these phone numbers, it would be all over for you. That is why you had to kill. No, this is too much.
Yeah, he was conning everybody. He wasn't actually gonna go to college.
Or maybe he already graduated with a PhD in conning.
Oh, she.
That does make quite a bit of sense. Well, Mr. Wellington, would you care to explain? I got you now. That police officer.
Your Honor.
What is it, Mr. Payne?
Your Honor, this is unjustified badgering of the witness.
Man, he really wants that police girl to, take the fall, huh? He really wants it to go.
He just wants to win. Corrupt prosecutor who only cares about winning. Just like Edgeworth, that bastard. You said the exact same thing only a few seconds ago. I said it was bullshit then, and I'm saying it's bullshit now.
But please let me think about the content of that phone call.
Hello?
Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone.
It's just the same thing. You want me to read it?
We don't have to. Yeah. What's on the next line?
Wow.
The defendant had already promised that she would return the phone. After that, all Mr. Wellington had to do was meet Miss Bird to get his phone back. Why then would he need to kill anyone?
That is a valid point. What does the defense think about this? You think about it logically, then it makes sense. Then maybe we should be thinking outside the box. Yeah, if we think like that, let's see. Maybe that slime ball saw something at the crime scene that made him commit murder. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? Well, I don't think Mr. Wellington went to pick up his phone in a very friendly manner.
But he was promised his phone, so why would he have been unfriendly to the defendant?
I think he must have seen something that didn't agree with him when he got there. Well then, Mr. Wright, what was this something that didn't agree with the witness? It was my attorney's badge.
The banana gloves. He didn't like it. He doesn't like bananas.
Yeah, right.
Would you show the list again? Because again, like if he let's say like or maybe if they were discussing out loud that she went through the phone and she made a list. I don't know, but I mean, you just used this. I mean, would you be using it?
Okay, I know what you mean. I have a thought. I think it might just be that he saw a police officer, that he saw that she was with a police officer, and that he was the one who had his phone.
Oh, so just choose.
So maybe he just like, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. So maybe he's just like was thinking like, oh fuck, the police had my phone. That's not good. It means they have evidence.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking. What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim.
The victim? You mean Dustin Prince?
Yeah, because in the image he was he was in his officer's outfit.
Mm-hmm.
She was not. Dustin Prince had gone on his date right after his shift was over. No time to change, he went to the park still wearing his police uniform. Oh. The girl that picked up my phone was with a policeman. He couldn't have known they were going out, so he began to worry. He was afraid the policeman would ask a few questions before returning the phone. Why do anything suspicious? He might run a check on my phone. In his mind, it was possible they had already run a check on the phone. Which, I guess well, no, maybe they could have made the list after. And he went into a panic. And he went into a panic is what you're saying. Exactly. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in uniform. Mr. Payne, do you have any comments?
I'm thinking.
Seems the truth has come out at last. Witness, Mr. Wellington, you are...
What the fuck?
That's a good one. Impressive, not bad for a person with a third-rate education. What's that supposed to mean? The evidence. That guy's really creeping me out. All you've been waving around and talking about is that suspicious cell phone. Suspicious phone number this, suspicious con group that. They're all on that phone. Who's to say that phone is really mine? Where's your proof, your evidence? You want proof that this phone is yours? Yeah. I already told you earlier. That phone I lost, I've already found it. You don't have even the slightest idea who the phone in your hand belongs to. But you can be sure it isn't mine, you simpleton. What? It feels good to see you squirm. We do seem to have a problem on our hands with his phone. On account of the fact that he's, like, going crazy, I think that, like, probably means he did it. Everyone agree with that, right? Like, we all agree. Like, that guy's fucking going crazy, right?
He's just nervous because, he thinks that, that he did it. He thinks that you think that he did it. No, that's it. He's just nervous. He doesn't want to be wrongly accused.
Sure. You know what? Let's go with that. The judge would believe it. He'll believe anything. Whose phone is it? Without knowing that, it's meaningless as evidence. I can be swayed by anyone or anything at any time.
Just like the last game.
Your Honor, this is bad. I can't let him turn the tables on me like this. This cell phone. There has to be something overlooked. There's gotta be. Maybe. Really? Wait, hold on. Now I think it's time to save. Okay. Fingerprints? Got it. We should check for fingerprints. Fingerprints? Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wellington must have left some prints on this phone. Nick, don't you remember? When you got that from Maggie, you wiped it off. I what? You said there was sand all over it, so... Wipe? I wiped it? Pretty thoroughly, too. It's so much fun watching third-rate trash babble like morons amongst themselves. Ugh, he's made a complete recovery. How many times do I have to say this? My phone is right here, you see. Oh, and incidentally, you can't check the numbers stored on this phone. It must have glitched because all the numbers just magically disappeared. You've got to be joking. He erased all the numbers. I was going to use it as evidence. Mr. Wellington. What's this? By the tone of your voice, it sounds like you still have some fight left in you. Where did you finally find your cell phone? God. You are too much. And of course, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh my god. Now I remember. Oh, he got his number back. Huh. Looks like they hung up. Good. Finally found it. That's when... What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? Why the harsh glare in your eyes? Nick, we've worked so hard to get this far, but if you don't do something quick, he's going to get off scot-free. I know. I know this phone has to be his. But how am I supposed to prove something like that? Mr. Wright, you cannot prove who the owner of that cell phone is. Your indictment has no basis and therefore no power. It looks like you came up a penny short. Where? Where did I go wrong? Don't blame yourself. You're merely a third-rate lawyer. You only made one big mistake. Who are you? What are you? That's something you haven't figured out for yourself yet. Who I am. Court hereby concludes the cross-examination. If that will be all, I'll have to bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye. I have a reservation at that ultra-fancy restaurant on the upper side of town.
For your assistance. You've had a stressful day, so please, bon appetit.
What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just let it go at that? No.
Yeah, wait and see.
Yeah, wait and see. Yep, wait and see as the actual culprit gets away. That sounds like a plan. Please wait, Your Honor. All right, Nick. I think I may be able to prove it. Prove it? Prove what, Mr. Wright? Everything.
Your Honor, the cross-examination has already ended. Besides, the defense is just going to badger the witness with more inane questions.
You will not harass the witness, is that clear, Mr. Wright? Did you hear that? No harassment allowed, Mr. Attorney. Please, Your Honor. Very well. Very well, but this is your last chance, Mr. Wright. You may present one piece of evidence to the court. You only get one shot at this. You cannot prove everything. It's over, for your client and for you. You fully understand. Yes, you're...
I'm sure you are well aware, Your Honor, but the cross-examination period has ended.
Were you paying attention, Mr. Payne? I said that Mr. Wright could present only one more piece of evidence.
Oh.
Now then, Mr. Wright, this is your last chance. All comes down to this. It's go time. Please present the one piece of evidence that will explain everything.
Okay, one
Ernie's
piece of
badge.
evidence. Come on, man. You do it.
It's the badge!
Yeah.
It's the badge!
Okay, so what haven't you used? Let's see. You used the phone. Use the use the report, right?
Yes.
Use the glasses, use the photos, use the glove. You didn't use the business
I
card,
didn't.
right?
I did not use the business card.
What's
It's my
on it?
business card. I hand wrote my cell phone number on the back.
So,
So here's the thing. I'm thinking that it might be something like this, because he did mention that, like, oh, you made one big mistake. You don't know who you are. So I was thinking maybe that's a hint that it's like,
I'm a lawyer.
yeah, but like
That's who I
that
am.
is part of
but
the
like-
explanation, because it's like, oh, this goes back to because he attacked us too. He had his phone back because we had the
Mhm.
phone. So that like proves that it was his phone. So it makes me think it's either this or the badge.
Yeah. This is who I am. I'm an attorney with the badge.
Now, of course, we only get one shot of this, and then we have to. I mean, it's not that much to skip to do, because I don't. Okay, I don't think it could be any of these. I don't see why any of these would be relevant here.
Yeah. It's a piece of. Oh, well. Yeah, no. I guess try the business card. I think
Yeah.
you are right.
Why, thank you. How nice. Here, please have one of mine. Yes.
Oh my god. Make it strong and clear.
Wait,
Oh my
what am I
god.
doing? This isn't the time to be exchanging business cards.
Oh, yes,
Your
it is.
Honor. What was that?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. See, the one thing that disappointed me is because when I had that realization, my first thought was, "Oh my god, it actually is the attorney's badge." But no, we have the business card. So, Your Honor, there is something very important about that card, and that is
I guess the phone number on the back?
it's the phone
Or is it
number.
the name on the card? This is who I am. He says I don't know who I am, but I do.
Yes, the card is important because of what is on the back. You wrote your cell phone number on the back, but that's exactly it. You please call this number from your cell phone? Huh? Right now? But court is still in session. Okay, you'll see. Okay, if you say so.
It's gonna ring. Like the
Yeah.
Wellington's phone is gonna ring.
Yep. Is the defense preparing something, Mr. Wright? We are going to call my cell phone now, and the court will see everything for what it is. Of all the idiotic, stupid things, too. Oh, no. What? Why is my phone? Oh, he swapped the phones.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. And what is with this stupid sounding ringtone? Mr. Wellington? How strange. I can almost swear that you're holding my phone. You're... No. I can't, it can't. By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump on my head this morning. I don't think I need to explain any further, except to say, you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one.
Makes sense.
The funny thing is, how could he not have noticed when he when he went to delete the numbers?
I guess he just didn't pay attention because he's stupid. I mean, he did think a pair of gloves were bananas.
That's true. We did clarify that was his bad eyesight, but
Mhm.
So that is what happened. You were knocked out by Mr. Wellington. He is a man who lives on his pride and self-image alone. And in order to hide his involvement with the con artist group, he has become paranoid and has lost all ability to make rational judgments.
Then, Mr. Wright, phone you're holding.
It's Mr. Wellington's, naturally. Speaking of that man, how is he, Mr. Payne?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird,
Guilty.
not guilty. I was here the whole time. That is all. This court is adjourned. December 8th, 2:16 p.m., District Court Defendant Lobby number 1.
I knew that the real you would shine through eventually. I'm so moved by what you've done for me, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright.
I feel really bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this.
Probably because of me.
Huh?
My life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures.
Your whole life? It can't be that bad, can it?
Since I was 6 months old when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. Been hit by all sorts of vehicles, got sick from all sorts of foods. Failed at almost every test I've ever taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. My life really sucks.
Well, that first one actually seems like it might be your fault.
Yeah, how stupid are you? I never won or even tied at a game of tic-tac-toe.
That's also not a luck thing.
She just sucks.
Tic-tac-toe is
Well,
a
it has
solved
really-
game.
My life has really been nothing but a string of disasters.
That is pretty bad.
Up until I went to college, I was known as the goddess of misfortune. Then at the academy, everyone called me Lady Luckless.
Lady Luckless?
What's worse is that my misfortune always seems to latch onto those around me.
Every boyfriend I've ever I've ever dated has died the same way.
Every boyfriend has ever died I dated.
What do you mean?
When I see someone in trouble, I always try to help, but I ended up killing them.
I've killed every single person I've tried to help as a police officer. It's crazy that they haven't fired me. Oh, that's right. You were talking about this earlier.
Happened again recently too, sir. There's an old lady pacing back and forth by the pedestrian crosswalk. I gave her my hand and I shot her. Before I knew it, we were having dinner at my house.
Oh.
Fear that Dustin's gone because of me.
That's not true.
That glove didn't even have any sort of special meaning. Just a present to say thank you for covering one of my night shifts.
Oh, I see.
Everything is my fault. Dustin's death. Your head being all messed up.
Well, I don't think my head is that messed up yet.
Going to find a new life for myself starting now. Next time we meet, I'm sure I'll Sure, I'll have found a whole ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir.
Yeah, after all, the goddess of misfortune is only a name.
You bet. I'm gonna make it. I promise. Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's the spirit.
Give me one sec. I got something stuck in my throat.
Okay.
Alright. Well, Mr. Right, Maya, I should get going.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thanks. You take care of yourselves too.
Oh, what a horrible day. Got my memory back, but things are still a little fuzzy. Well, you're okay, and that's what counts. You really have me worried. Come on, let's go back to the office. I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. So this might sound bad, but, who are you? Oh, I guess he didn't get all his memory back. What? I thought you said you got your memory back.
Yeah, it's like my day was pretty bad, but it got worse when you arrived.
Yeah, for some reason, yeah. At that moment, everything really did come back to me. Detective Gumshoe, someone I've had clashes with in the past, or in certain cases. He's also been a good ally during others. The Judge. He's a lovable, kind old man who is easily swayed by other people's opinions.
Oh, yeah.
In the end, he always comes up with the right verdict, unless I get a game over.
The piece of shit attorney.
This person, I haven't got a clue. He seems to know me, but maybe he's mistaking me for someone else. Oh my god. And this girl, Maya? You finally remembered. This is Maya Fey, my assistant. That's right. I have so many unforgettable memories about her. For example, to Nick, what's wrong? You keep staring at me. Don't tell me you've missed me. Well, yeah, I suppose I have. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. Oh? Well, I'm back now, so it's time for us to create new memories together. Alright, sounds good. All the phone numbers on my phone are erased by Mr. Wellington. Guess I have to start over from the very beginning. Come on, Nick, let's go to our usual burger joint. Okay. Actually, it hasn't even been that long since she came back into my life. And that story began on one rainy afternoon 2 months ago. Oh, I guess that's the next chapter then. Good one, The Lost Turnabout. Okay, gonna bring up the save menu, I think. Yeah, save menu. Okay, let's save. Okay. With that is the end of chapter 1.
Ooh, we definitely didn't have any trouble.
Yeah, we actually only screwed up that, first one. We were, pretty fine on everything else.
I'd say that was kind of difficult. Kind of, but we are also stupid.
No, I think we just weren't paying attention to the right thing in that one. But after that, it did a good job of getting us to actually look at all the details properly, I guess, so.
Yeah, they did a really good job holding our hand.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, so that is the end of chapter 1. We will continue on with chapter 2 next time, and yeah, that'll be fun. We're back.